Okay, now that we have the radome installed and the wiring put through the console, we're going to talk about how we're going to replace the connector end. In order to place the wire, I had to cut off one end of the data cable, and this is an Ethernet cable just like you use for your computer. And this is a sealed end to the factory, but Garmin does sell a field replacement pack, and it comes with two of these packages, and I have the pieces laid out here. It has the cable bend protector, and then the connection piece, and a gasket, and this little copper strip which you're not going to use. The cable is organized depending on which side of the cable you cut off. So there's an A side and there's a B side, and that's going to be determined by the color code sequence within the connector that you cut off. So for instance, this is side A. You always have brown in the 8 position. So if we look, the brown cord is right there, and the next one is white brown, and then green, and then white blue, and then blue, then white green, then orange, then white orange. So it's a little bit hard to see the colors when they're in the pin, but the one you can see is the orange. So we know that the brown and orange are on the opposite sides on this pin, and this is the back side. So there's the front side, which has the little retaining clip, and there's the back side. So we're looking at the front side and following the colors across. On the B side, the brown and the orange are only 2 wires apart, and you can see if you look closely on this how the brown wire and the orange wire are on separate ends. So this is the A side, and when we put this together, there's the actual clip. We're going to organize our wires in the same way. What you'll need to do this is this tool right here, which is a crimper for an RJ45 connection. This particular one has a cutter for the outside cable. So if you put the cable in across just to the end and you close this all the way down, it's got a space, so as you rotate this around, it'll just cut off the insulation outside of the wires and strip the wires clean like that. And you're going to untwist these from each other so that you can organize them the way in which they're ordered in the list. Now this cut off a little bit extra, which is what we want, because the second cutter on the opposite side will close all the way down and cut these evenly so they fit into the connector evenly. So we untwist these. There will be a bare wire here, and you're just going to fold that down. There's also some plastic covering that will come off. It came off with the insulation here, but sometimes it doesn't, and you have to peel it off, and it's just a little plastic covering. So again, we want to organize these and flatten them out according to color code. So the first one is brown, then white brown, then green. So we'll have to swing our green all the way over. Then white, blue. So again, these are twisted in there, and you just got to find the right twist to get these next to each other. Brown and white, brown, green, then white, blue, then blue, then white, green, then orange, then white, orange. So sometimes twisting in one direction or the other will organize them a little bit better. Okay, so double check them again. Brown, white, brown, green, white, blue, blue, white, green, orange, white, orange. Okay, so now we can start bringing them closer together. And again, because they're wires, they're going to hold a form, and if you just pull on them, it'll help straighten them out. Bring them closer and closer together. Now you see the ends are not even, so you could take your cutter and cut them evenly so that they will evenly advance into the connector. Okay, brown, white, brown, green, white, blue, blue, white, green, orange, white, orange. Okay. Get these as closely aligned as possible, keeping them in order again. And then they'll snap into the connector. Now remember, our connector's got to be lined up the right direction. So when we read these off, it was the pin side up. So as we slide those in, we want them to be pin side up. It's actually easier to watch it from the other side, pin side down, but again, you have to be sure that they get lined up in the right direction. So we have brown, then white, brown, but as I'm looking at this, it looks like they got twisted. Yep. Brown, then white, brown, green, then white, blue, blue, then white, green, orange, then white, orange. Okay. Get everything organized here. And again, you can double check. So if we start with brown on your right hand side, you'll be putting these into the connector with the release tab away from you. I'm just going to trim these so that they're a little bit more even. Connector tab is on the back side, so as I slide these in, watch them go in. Now before you put it all the way in, You got brown, green, white, blue, white, green, orange, white. So they're all in position. Little bare wire sticking out. You can slide these all the way in. You'll put them in the 8-pin slot. The crimper end, you'll see in here, is right there where those ridges are. So you want this side with no pin to be facing those crimpers, and then you put it in and you crimp it down and it's ready to go.